always run. Remember when I ain't have it? If I want it, I can buy it. I ain't bragging, I can go and blow it back.
It's Madden NFL 22, and we'll see who rules the skies in tonight's battle. It's the Jets and the Ravens on Monday night.
They love their crab cakes and they love their football. That's what Maryland does. And we're at M&T Bank Stadium down near the Inner Harbor of Baltimore. Tonight, we put a bow on Week 15 with a good Monday night matchup between the New York Jets and the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now it's Jackson. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. This defense for the Jets, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play there on the catch and run.
And they needed a play this year. He's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's 2nd and 10. Again, Jackson. Flushed out right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. Well, you know, paramount for this defense is trying to keep Lamar Jackson somewhat contained when he tries to run. They did a pretty good job of it there.
And you know, it's so difficult for every defense that has to prepare for Lamar Jackson. You have to think and play at the same time. And I know that sounds like something you're supposed to do, but when you have to think about your assignments against him, it often slows down your feet. You don't move as fast. You've got to be prepared for this guy every step of the way and then try and match his athleticism.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles.
But bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll run for the first time with Michael Carter. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Simply not much more you can ask out of your running back. Over 100 yards and the 3 touchdowns.
And for an old coot like me, I loved it because he did it on the ground. A running back taking control of the game. That's what I like to see.
Hold on. An old coot?
Coot, C-O-O-T.
All right, I'll look that up later. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. A handoff for Carter. midfield. Let's spot it right at midfield at the 50.
2nd and 1, if people want to run the football, this is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
First down, right back to Carter. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. 2nd and 7. Here's Wilson. And he's got the hook up to Moore.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Meanwhile, Wilson's throw pulled in by Robinson here. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. On first down, Wilson. Flush to his right.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Here's a give to Carter. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Michael Carter with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Jets have taken the lead. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. That time, a 9-play drive. And it was Michael Carter who finished it all off with a touchdown run. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. On the return, Devin Duvernay. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it. And as a quarterback, you're always pleased when you can use all the weapons at your disposal. Here he spots his fullback underneath, gets the completion right there for a nice pickup.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Well, look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. But that last throw, Charles, puts him over 15,000 yards passing now for his career.
And Brandon, they're not going to stop the game and give him the game ball here, but that's still a pretty impressive number, and he's got plenty of more good football ahead of him. Although I would say the team should give him a game ball after it's all over.
Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
On 2nd down, Jackson escaping the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. And this pass broken up. Contact well tender. And now 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders fly into the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Tucker's kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So 2 first-quarter field goal attempts for him, and he's converted on both.
I like the positive right there. 2 for 2, got the points on the board. The negative side is they didn't score touchdowns. And, of course, going forward in this game, that's going to be the aim, and hopefully they'll be kicking extra points instead.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. Now it's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, a one-point game, 7-6. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Here's Wilson to throw. He finds Corey Davis. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big play that time on the catch and run. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll run. It's Carter. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 46 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Those are the types of runs they told us they want to see more of. Look, they love the 60 to 70-yard runs, but those 10 to 20-yarders, they can help you win a ball game.
And that means everyone's invested because you know the big guys up front, that's what they do. They try and move people. But when you get your perimeter guys involved downfield, that means that they care about the running game, and they know it helps their team.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On 1st and 10, it's Carter. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Forced out to his left. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Zach Wilson, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Jets will extend their lead. So a quarterback scramble, certainly a pass play, but he saw something, tucked it, and got in the end zone.
A lot of quarterbacks, when they scramble, they're scrambling to create more time to throw the ball downfield. In this situation, as you noted, he tucked it and took off. Great play by him.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is up to 8. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it was Zach Wilson who took it in himself on the touchdown run to cap it off. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They go play action with Jackson. Going deep here for Watkins. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with the referee. That's on the guard, Kevin Zeitler, first-round pick back in 2012. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper.
Well, that's what he can do when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. Stop.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And Dobbins, he is not going to get there. They stop him short of the line to gain.
Nothing doing on that one, and it'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Michael Carter and the Jets offense ready to get back to work. So officially now a 1,000-yard campaign for him, but I don't think he's going to take his foot off the gas pedal.
Yeah, it's one of those thoughts, though, that creeps into your mind because there is a little mini celebration over on the sidelines. Everybody, hey, job well done, over 1,000 already. But guaranteed, as you noted, someone's jumped in the elbow and said, a lot more to be done, guys. Let's not, would you say, take your foot off the pedal? Let's not do that right now. But there is that possibility that people can get self-satisfied. The greats do not. We'll find out what he's made of.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Here's Wilson. They'll set up the screen to Carter. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be a 2nd and long.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. That means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. That's complete. Okuegbunam. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. They'll run with Carter. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. 70 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Dancing to his left. And he will find Davis. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
Wilson's throw complete there to Moore.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw here into the hands of Moore. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Let's make this one simple.
And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play.
After review of the play, rules on the field is reversed.
So that challenge, a successful one. Throwing again here, Wilson. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. A throw to the flat for Carter. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Working with a 2nd and 3. Wilson will throw again. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Robinson. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver trying to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Steps away to his left. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Elijah Moore hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season.
And the Jets go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
The Ravens going to get one more drive here in this first half. And they've got less than 30 seconds to go here, so not a lot of time to work with.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body.
Picked off by Bryce Hall.
And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Jet touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points.
Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
The Ravens going to get one more drive here in this first half. And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. Back to the air, Jackson following the pick six. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. A good gain on first, has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Now Jackson. And this is caught by Watkins. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Jackson now.
That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the deficit falls under 20 now. It's a 19-point game. So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away.
More now on the return. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Jets on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on.
All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
Both teams going back through their game plans, making their final halftime adjustments. And for the call of the second half, we go back up to Baltimore and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
And the Jets head out on offense here to start this third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be license to take some shots downfield.
8 yards to go on second down.
Throwing is Wilson.
He'll get that complete to Albert O.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here, second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson.
Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he'll get this into the hands of Braxton Berrios. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
2nd and 10. Shotgun snap and a give to Carter.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there.
And first and foremost, this is all about vision. He can see the play developing right in front of him. And once he's past the line of scrimmage and got a full head of steam behind him, he's just going to keep right on going.
Carlson on for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So this drive spans 7 plays.
And it was Michael Carter who finished it all off with a touchdown run.
Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working.
Second down and 7. An option handoff here to Dobbins.
And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
You know, like that. You do a little play with me, baby.
Well, they certainly haven't been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this third down. Throwing is Jackson. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
And they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
Hold on a second. Was that the fullback? That was the fullback. Who says it? The slot receivers are the only guys who can catch the football and get big yardage after the catch. Really nice job there, showing good hands and an ability to get upfield.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave it with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. This will be caught by Brown.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
There's a nice pickup right there. And after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. And that trend is continuing here.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins.
The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to bring big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
4th down, here's Jackson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Brown. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Credit the tackle to John Franklin Myers. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
And the Ravens are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
Play action. It's Jackson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
What part do they went empty set there? No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit and not go down and fumble the ball.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter.
Back now in Baltimore. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
We got this. It's a game of 10. 1st down, Jets.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
49 for Mike. 49 for Phil. You remember me? Let's go.
Here's Carter.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
Get out of here, man.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. To throw is Wilson. That'll be complete to Cook. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a 2nd down here.
Brings up 2nd down at the 39-yard line.
And they'll run here with Carter.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st.
Come on, Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
And he will will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 133 yards on the ground for him now as he's gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Check. 40's mine. 40's a mine. 40's a mine.
And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Everyone's got 4 down. Yeah, check.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Corey Davis with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Jets add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it ends with a Jet touchdown. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. On the return is Duvernay. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game is played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. And it's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Jackson. Got a man. It's Brown. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Here a throw taken in by Watkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
He's going to look deep for Watkins, and this one is incomplete. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Jackson going to find his running back here. It's Dobbins. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Again, Jackson. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Justin Tucker on for the field goal. A 61-yard attempt.
Tucker's kick is good. And that will narrow this, if that's even the right word, to a 30-point deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
New York ready to go again offensively. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the fourth. They'll run on first down. Carter, and he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Marcus Peters up to make the tackle.
Obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. Another run on 2nd down with Carter. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Carter with it. Finding room at the 30, and all the way up to the 35-yard line. 156 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues. With carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go.
On first down, Carter, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator,